We didn't talk about who's gonna do the intro here, huh?
You didn't say one either.
Yeah, well, I was doing that like kind of movie intro, I guess. You know, like those old ones where it's like three, it like had like the beeps and everything, but it wouldn't have the beep on the two or one or something like that.
Wait, so are we going?
Oh yeah.
You also did not give us the thumbs up like Freddie from iCarly does.
How was he supposed to give a fun
Anyways,
thumbs
welcome
up?
back to the Invalid Nit-Wits podcast. I know it's been a minute since we've last posted. Does anyone have like the exact time? Not exact, but
The
when we got
exact
last
time or the
uploaded?
date?
When was the last time we uploaded?
Um,
Probably like 2 a.m.
Okay. We
the
are
last
getting
time we
information.
uploaded was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. All right. Well, now we're back, and hopefully
May
we'll,
28th.
we'll go into some of the announcements that we have, I guess.
We have
So
on my
announcements.
anniversary.
yes, I didn't really inform you guys too much of the announcements. I informed Turtle a little bit of them, but
Did you?
I'm pretty sure. Um, but basically, hopefully we can start sticking to a new schedule, and we can actually start uploading them more regularly. We also are looking for possible 1 to 2, maybe 3 segments that we have in the podcast so that we have some structure to it. So I don't know if you two either have anything or if we can ask the community for advice or anything they want us to talk about every week that we upload a episode.
I just come here, man.
You.
All right.
Oh, damn. We're demonetized.
Yep, just like that. And then yeah, we get okay. We do have a new overlay coming along. Hopefully we'll have that by November, and then that will have a completely new look to for like the visual listeners and all that. Whoever's watching it on YouTube, for the audio listeners, it's not gonna really matter. But we do have that coming, and then one last thing is that we are looking at a new person to be joining us on the podcast, maybe permanently, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that is what we have for announcements at the moment. No comments? Nothing? All right.
No, I was waiting for you to bring up the topic because you told me that you had topics.
I do, yes. So I've been pondering about a couple things, and I didn't want to bring them up because I knew we were doing this soon. So we'll start with one of the older ones. It's gonna sound really awkward at first, but it's to a point where I don't believe humans are real. Because like, who figured out humans needed water to like live? Who did that?
I
I'm guessing
imagine.
it was instinctual.
Yeah, I
See, yeah,
imagine it
you
was
would think
instinct.
that, but like
Like
Neanderthals, for
any other
example, right?
animal.
Well, I
What?
don't think Neanderthals were like any other animal.
Why? Why not?
Why
Why
not?
wouldn't they?
Because Neanderthals, they didn't. I feel like they didn't have like as much of brain capacity as most animals did, and there's no way that the water back then was also like that healthy to enjoy, or
Yeah,
even
but we
good for
had
your
like
body.
bacteria and we had like humans have devolved in my understanding.
I think we evolved and
Like
then started devolving.
like yeah, we evolved and then since we were at the top of the food chain, we've started devolving since then.
Yeah, because we don't need like all our evolutionary benefits to survive anymore. Technology does the surviving for us.
I guess, but when I think of like water back then, it was like this dirty, mucky water. So like think about all
Why
the
do you think
parasites.
that?
Like, what do I think that? I don't.
I feel like the water was cleaner then than it is now
Yeah, we
because of
definitely have
pollution.
polluted it.
I guess.
There were bacteria, but our bodies were used to bacteria. The food we eat wasn't cooked
Yeah,
we
our
were
bodies
probably
back then,
eating rotten, like
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like they had
our
nothing
bodies
to
back then
refrigerate
could
it,
take it.
we
so like
just ate
all
it
that
live.
raw meat.
We captured it.
Like
and killed
how did we sustain to the point where we are now? That's why I'm convinced we were just put here for like a science
Evolution,
experiment.
in my opinion. This is kind of a this a controversial topic that we're talking about
It's controversial about it.
because some people don't believe in evolution.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
mean, I
A lot
guess.
of people either believe in. I feel like a lot of people either believe in evolution or like religion. I don't believe either. I think we're just put here for a science experiment for like
Aliens?
humans. Yeah, other humans maybe. I don't know. Because like think
Who put
like
those?
we put animals in like aquariums and vivariums, and we just experiment with them. I feel like some people do. So I feel like that's just us.
Have you ever played the game Spore?
No.
Yes.
I think you should play it, and I think that it would make you feel a little bit better and learn about how, like,
But
at
no one
least in
was
a
there,
video
is what
game
I'm saying.
standpoint.
I,
Well,
Alyssa,
people were there, they just
Well-
weren't as like conscious as we are, I feel like.
Alyssa, I'm not sure if Spore is the best like game for learning about evolution or any of
It's
that.
not perfect, but there are some things. Like, it's a good starting point.
I mean, I guess, but like we don't just kill animals and then take their traits.
Yeah.
uh,
Why not? Jacob.
you know what I'm thinking?
I mean,
How long do you guys think it would take, like, before? Okay, let's say there's is someone that breaks and entering into your house every single day. You don't know, right? I might have asked one of you this. I'm not sure, but they move like an object in your house just like a centimeter or two, or an inch or whatever it might be, just a very small amount. How long do you think it would
Every
take before you notice?
every object, or
No,
just
just
like
one, just a single item every day.
depends on the item. I
um,
probably wouldn't notice for a while if it's like a lot of. You know how my apartment is.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, let's say someone like moved your couch like an inch. Do you think you'd notice that right away?
Probably
yes,
not.
I think I would notice that like immediately
See, I think
because
that's where you're so wrong.
no, I have a reason for saying I would notice it immediately. Every time I've ever moved a couch, I know that like it leaves very obvious imprints on the ground. Like there's
What if
I
they
mean, yeah,
no
got
that
moved
hiding
up?
that's
them.
true, but I'm saying like even like just an inch. I don't think
Just
you're gonna notice it.
Like in a hypothetical situation, if it was moved and there were no markings to show that it was moved, it was just slightly to the side or back or forward.
Then with
I just
that
want to
being
know
the
how
case,
long.
I think it might take me like wait, would they be moving it every day or
Every
just
day they
once?
move a random object in your house.
Okay, I think it would probably take me about maybe 2 weeks to a month. The reason I say that is because when things are moved in my house, especially something like a couch or something like things that are close to the ground, I will run into them. Like I usually walk pretty close to things that,
You
so
have your
I
entire
will like,
house mapped out in your head.
yeah, I do actually.
Active.
So like every time my couch has been moved even slightly, not only have I noticed the tracks it leaves, but I've also stubbed my toe multiple
Okay, but
times because of it. Like I
4 inches, like that's 2 weeks. That's but it's I guess it's not the same item.
No, it's
yeah,
not the
not the
same
same
item.
way.
It's a random one. I was like, 14 inches is quite a distance to move a couch. I feel like
Yeah.
I would definitely notice.
I said for me, I said maximum of 2 weeks.
I think it would take me longer if it was a random item.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I would ever, like, unless it was something that I use every day, I'm not sure I would ever notice. Like,
know,
if it was my
currently?
monitor or something, maybe I'd notice that. But, like, I don't think I would understand that that's why that happened. I'd probably just be like, oh shit, I accidentally
You know
bumped it.
what your boyfriend said to me? He said he would notice like right away, immediately, anything. I said cap.
No, that's so
That's
wrong.
so cap.
I don't
It
believe that.
really depends on what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think even if that happened, like I was saying, I don't think I would like assume that somebody moved it. I would just assume that I did something to make it move. And I just didn't remember.
Because like currently in my current house, we don't have a lot, so it's not a lot to take in and know where things go. So I feel like if someone started like moving things, that's what I said. Like I might not notice it right away, but give it like 2 weeks, I'll be like, all right, no shit's moving around in here.
Yeah. For me, I say like 2 weeks to 4 weeks, just because of the fact that I will run into it and I will be yelling at somebody who moved this.
That'd be a good experiment that you could definitely conduct, though.
I've
Like,
thought about it
you could have somebody who lives with somebody else do it.
because like DeAndre, the fourth person that we might be having on this podcast, he was saying that he would also like notice like almost right away, like maybe a couple days in, because he already moves the stuff around to the point where he likes it. So he thinks that he's just noticing, just like that. I'm like, okay, no, it's still cap though, because like it's like an inch or maybe like a centimeter. They don't have to move it a lot, or it doesn't have to be a specific variable every time. They can move one thing one day an inch, and the next day they move something a centimeter.
With that, I would never notice. Never.
Eventually, your apartment's just like completely flipped around. You're like, no, this looks right.
Well, if it's a random item every day, there's a lot of items in my apartment.
Okay, like
Yeah,
okay, if we were to like bring it down to like base things like a desk or the fridge, I was gonna say a fork,
okay.
but
A fridge I would notice literally like the first day, just because of the fact that that's in like a tiny little space
Yeah,
with no room behind it. So if it moves, that means
it's
it was
moving
literally
one
dragged
direction.
out.
I think the moral of the
I
story is
feel
it
like,
depends on what gets moved.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. If my fridge got moved 1 inch forward, I'd be like, holy shit, there's so much less space. I'd open the fridge and it'd hit the wall on the other side, and I'd be like, what?
What do you guys have in your fridge? Like, what's one thing you always need in your fridge?
Water.
That I don't really need anything in my fridge. Actually, I haven't used the fridge in like 2 months at least.
Oh my god, how do you live?
Pizza.
No, I just go to like the little school gas station thing and just get whatever looks good on the shelf and eat that, or get the school food. And when I'm at home, even, I usually just take stuff from the counter, not from the fridge.
Yeah, I don't often use. I mean, we usually have something at least, usually drinks, but we usually have something in the fridge.
Yeah, I'd have to go with
But
your answer, Turtle. It's definitely like we need bottled water here. We just run through it so often, and I don't think we could do without it.
Just
the
drink
fact that
sink
you guys
water.
had Dasani and you
Calm
drank it
down, calm down. Look,
gives me
water's water.
shivers. No, you're so wrong for that.
No, water's water.
You are so wrong for that.
Just drink sink water. Water is water.
No, okay, that is not water. That is a chemical compound.
Where do you
Okay,
get?
Mr. Water is water.
Where does your water
Just
come from?
I would rather drink tap city water than drink Dasani.
There's no way. There's
There
simply
is
no
way.
way. There's no way.
There is
You
way.
already don't drink tap water.
I'll take the
You
chlorine.
refuse to.
I just wouldn't drink water probably, but like if I had to choose, I would choose tap water over Dasani any day. Easy.
That's crazy.
I mean, I would just drink tap water. I don't see the problem with it. Well, my family's water is from a well. I'm not sure if it's the same over where you guys are, but
My
Yeah, well
parents
water
have
is
a
different.
well. Our apartment has city water. But even when I was with my parents, I didn't really drink tap water. I don't really like the mineraliness.
Have you ever had
I used to drink distilled water and then I got in trouble for it.
have you ever had black water?
No.
I think I've had you
black
try it.
water?
Yeah.
I don't think
It's got like a
I
good
think
amount of
you
minerals
told
in it
me
and
I should
everything,
try
and it's
it.
really good. I enjoy it a lot.
I've never even heard of it.
I just told you I used to drink distilled water until I got in trouble for it. And you told me you should try this water that has a lot of minerals in it.
Well, yeah, I definitely recommend it. I recommend both of you having it, and then coming back to me and
Not
tell me your
sponsored.
thoughts. Not
I should
Okay.
be my cocktail under now.
I have a question, and this one, this one's gonna probably it's kind of pointed more at Turtle.
I might have an answer.
But if you guys were to have a pet bug, and it was like your worst fear, or okay, it could be a variety of bugs. Like these are the top like 5 that you're most afraid of. But which one would you have as a pet? And you needed to care for it like it's a lost puppy.
We need to care for it.
Yeah,
Out of our like feared bugs,
yeah. Which one is your number one that you'd be like, all right, this is the one I'm taking in?
So our least feared bug, probably, out of our top
Probably.
5. Then.
And you know what? To make it even worse, we'll say all of these bugs are like the size of like a small dog.
what the?
I mean, a lot of bugs can actually already grow to that size. Like, have you seen a full-grown stick bug? Those things are humongous.
Those things are big, but not the size of a small dog.
You haven't seen the ones I've seen.
I've been out in the wilderness. You don't know the things I know.
I've seen one that looks like it could be bigger than my. That looks like it could be bigger than my dog.
Okay, well yours is a kick me dog. I'm saying like a small dog, like 50-pound dog.
Oh,
Like a normal small dog, not like a small, not like a handheld purse dog.
not a dog you can kick over a fence.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was my senior quote, so I hope we can. Hey,
My senior, I lost the game.
Okay.
What?
I lost the game.
My senior quote was, "I lost the game" in French. I
okay,
was targeting specific people with that.
I'm gonna say centipede. I hate things with a lot of
Oh my
with a lot
god.
of legs.
A
Oh my
50-pound
A
centipede?
small
Oh my god.
Listen,
That thing
listen.
is terrifying.
I hate things with lots of legs, but I feel a centipede, if it's big like that, maybe I can trick myself into seeing it as a snake, which I have no problem with.
Snakes don't have legs.
I might be able to trick myself, okay?
Oh my god. Could you imagine a snake with legs? Just like 4. Just 4 of them. But their
That'd
feet
be
are
so
like
cute.
human feet.
Oh, gross. Never mind. I changed my mind. Wait, a snake with legs? Is that not just like a long lizard?
I guess.
Actually, yeah, there is a lizard that's basically just a snake with 4 legs. Darn it, I forgot what it's called, like the glass lizard or
The
something.
glass wizard. Yibbity yibbity.
I think I would choose Will it attack me at all?
It's still the animal, so it depends.
Or is
Depends
it
on
like
if you treat it.
tamed?
I'm sure you could tame it. Like a lot of people have like spiders that are pets and they don't bite them because they see them as like
But it doesn't come tamed, is what you're saying?
it comes like ready to be nurtured.
So I was gonna say,
Like a puppy.
I
If you
was
treat it
gonna
bad,
say-
it's gonna grow up and attack things. If you treat it good, it's gonna grow up and think, I won't harm a fly.
I was gonna say a wood tick, but if it's gonna latch
Oh my
onto me and
God.
suck all the
Oh
blood
my
out of my body, I'm good on that. I'll pick a different bug.
Why a
But
wood
like,
tick though? What was your original reasoning behind that?
like if it's 100% not gonna attack you, I don't think a wood tick would be like that's the only thing I'm afraid of with wood ticks is that they're gonna bite me.
But now you're timesing its size by like a few hundred times.
But if I know for sure that it's not gonna bite me, I don't really care.
Well, it depends how you nurture it.
But if it's I don't know for sure, man, I'd have to think for longer.
See, I'm tied between two, and it's a struggle. But when I think of it, it's like if I can nurture it into a good well-being where it won't attack me or others. Maybe if I wanted to attack others, it will. But it's tied between like a tarantula or like a scorpion.
Scorpion?
Yeah.
You're sick for that one.
Pierce your chest if you treat it wrong. Or it could
like
tie you up
imagine
into a little.
imagine I'm like walking my pet scorpion.
Your pet scorpion. You do not walk your pet scorpion. Your pet scorpion walks to
It
you.
needs to sunbathe.
It walks to you, Jaden.
No, I gave it like little treats.
Just you just be
I'd name it
walking
something
your
like
guard
Fifi, too.
scorpion.
Be like, Fifi, sit. And it just sits still because it doesn't know what sitting is because it has 8 legs.
I prefer my insect.
So if you can, if it's
And
not
what would you
100%
name them?
that it's not going to attack you, I'm gonna pick a moth. I think
A moth?
a moth.
Oh, that's actually that's actually amazing. You have flight.
That's gonna be my answer if it could attack you.
What would we name it?
Yeah.
I don't know, something like GB.
GB. Yo, here's my pet
GB, the
my pet
centipede.
GB.
I like it.
I like the name for a centipede.
If it was a wood tick, in the case scenario where it 100% does not attack you, I would probably name it like Charlie. If it was a moth,
We got Fifi, Charlie, and GB. The squad's
if it
pulling
was
up.
a moth, I would probably name it like Lawrence or something.
Lawrence. That's the name of my sister's boyfriend.
What? Actually,
Yeah.
your like oldest sister?
Yeah. Lawrence the moth.
I just unlocked some more lore.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to start calling him Moth from now on.
You could.
He's gonna be like, where did that name come from? I'll be like, don't worry about it.
I didn't know there were still people named Lawrence that were young and alive.
Yeah.
No
Oh my
disrespect to your
God.
sister's boyfriend. No disrespect, Lawrence. If you're listening.
Oh my god. Actually, we can get off this bug topic now. Turtle,
Oh,
you have
wait.
oh,
Not to ruin the segue or anything, but I want to say if we could pick a bug that we liked as our like pet and it
You
was
Okay.
like a
large,
bug?
I would pick those cute little like leaf bugs, but giant. I love those. I get so excited whenever I see them.
Have you seen one that's fully grown? Those things also get huge.
yeah, they
I
do get
have seen
large.
them. I've seen them like as in their like middle stage, but I haven't seen any like adult ones.
Those things, just like the stick bug, can get like bigger than my dog.
Oh, actually, I would have to choose a mantis.
You're afraid of them, or
A
like
little
as one
bit.
that you like?
They terrify me a little bit.
Why would you choose a mantis if it loves you enough? It will cut your head off because it loves you too much.
No, that's if I'm not
That's
gonna
if
say
you're
that.
mated with it.
God damn.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
am
leaf
not
bugs
doing
are
that.
kind of like mantises, fully grown.
But yeah, something just about mantis I just don't like about them.
Yeah, they make me a little anxious, but
Because have you ever seen
I
their
wouldn't put them in
eyes?
my top feared bugs. Yeah,
That's no, that's bullshit. But anyways, like I was saying, Alyssa, you have a trip coming up.
I do.
Would you like to talk about it in the either now tense or the after tense of like, oh yeah, you enjoyed it.
Um, when is this episode coming out?
Um, probably either Friday. Yeah, probably Friday.
Friday. Well, I haven't gone on my trip yet.
Right.
As of, uh, I will be going on my trip in 2 days. As of when this episode comes out.
Nice.
I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm going to visit a friend of mine who had moved away. Uh, it'll be my first time flying alone. I don't really know too much what to talk about. We're pretty much just gonna be hanging out
I
and
said, do you
playing
guys have like
video
any
games
plans
as
out
if.
there?
Not really. Like,
You'll be out there for a week. You should probably get some plans going.
we're just planning on hanging out. Just as if, like,
Making the plans as they go.
you were still here. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be really warm. So I don't anticipate us, like, going out a whole lot, especially considering he doesn't have a car out there yet.
Okay.
So we'd have to walk everywhere. I might be meeting one of his friends.
I say it is. I mean, it's
Depending.
California, so I mean, you can just walk wherever.
Yeah, but it's not like a big area of California.
Oh, I see.
I don't imagine California would feel that hot to a Wisconsinite.
Well, the temperatures are looking at like high 90s.
Bam.
I don't imagine it will feel that
Bam.
hot.
But it is dry heat, so that's
Yeah,
the
they
good
And
part.
don't really have much of the
it's next to an
humidity.
ocean.
So
Let
yeah,
me
it honestly
look
might
again.
feel like 80s here.
I
Yeah,
even
which
feel like
still
70s here.
um
So you got
let's
that good
see.
ocean breeze.
It's gonna be 94 the day that I land.
Dang.
Yeah, I think the heat will be fine for you.
We'll have to see. I'm excited and I'm nervous. And also he just got a job, so he'll be working some of the time, so I'll just be
Just
chilling
chilling.
at his house playing on his computer.
Nice.
But yeah, no, nothing crazy, just hanging out. We might go. He said there was a store there that I might be interested in where they sell different like Funko Pop type things.
You should vlog it.
I was thinking about it, but I'll have to talk with him and see if he's comfortable with it first.
Yeah.
Just don't include him.
Yeah, let me just
The
vlog
entire
about
trip.
my time in California as if I were like going there alone. I'll
Yeah,
just talk about the
exactly.
house as if it were like an Airbnb or something like that.
I mean, it sort of is.
Except it's free.
Yeah,
And it's with
it's
my
just better.
buddy.
It's just better than an Airbnb because it's free.
But yeah, I'm excited. Um, something new.
Good shit.
I might see while he's at work one day. I might see what the Uber prices are. If they do Uber out there. I know a couple
They
places do
most
like
likely do.
Lyft.
I don't think it's that expensive. I think it all depends on like distance.
But I'll have to see
Good.
what the prices are like, and I might see if I can like go out and see the ocean. But also, I'm terrified of. I've never been in an Uber alone. What if I get kidnapped?
You're not gonna get kidnapped.
Listen,
I'm a very paranoid and anxious person, so we'll have to really just see like if I have the guts to do it.
Listen, I would recommend tomorrow looking up how to get from the airport to other places because that can be a struggle getting out of the airport.
I'm being picked up.
Oh, okay. Good.
Don't worry. I'm mostly worried about my time in the airport. And then once I get picked up, I don't have to worry about navigation.
The in the airport part is easy.
That's what they all say.
Actually, that's the opposite of what people were telling me.
You know, actually talking about like cars. Here's a okay. I'm probably gonna sound stupid for this, but like all right. So you're in a car, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, you have all the engine and stuff in front of you, all that oil and chemicals. How does like fresh air get to you? If you're like your windows are up,
Through the AC.
but how?
There's like vents and stuff. It's not like connected. It's not like the oil is out there. Like
But how does it take
they're
like
not all
where are
connected
the
to the
vents?
same thing.
What is taking the air from the outside and bringing it into my car, giving me that good
So
old breeze?
you know, okay, so you know how like the front of your car has like those little holes?
The vents, yes.
Yeah. So
You just asked
as
where
your
the vents
car's
are, then you
moving
said the vents just now, Jaden.
as your car's moving forward, air
Yeah,
is
but then
going into those vents
all the oil and chemicals. How's that not
Like,
entering my lungs?
because it's not connected.
yeah, those are in like pipes and containers in the car.
And even if like the vents keep it disconnected and all of the fumes from all of that, if there are any, are not going forward in front of your car to get into the vents. They're going backward because the wind
Okay,
from
another thing.
moving.
Let's say your window's down. I'm assuming we've all stuck our head out the window, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I've stuck my
Maybe.
whole body out the
I've
window.
stuck a lot of
Not the
limbs
window, but
out the window. I don't know if the head is counted as a limb, but
I had my whole body except for my right foot outside of my car, outside of the car at
You've been
one
keeping
point.
track? Oh.
I've
Wait,
had
what? You just holding on with that right foot? You got those grippers gripped onto the vehicle?
not going fast, but I've like rode on top of a vehicle while it was driving, probably like 15 miles an hour.
Okay.
I told the Lissa and Ben about this, Jaden, but basically, I was in the car and the door wasn't closed, so I went to close it by opening it up a little and then shutting it. But when I opened it, I don't remember how it worked because you'd think it would slam shut since we were driving, but it didn't. It instead slammed out.
What?
And brought my whole body out except for my right foot and the and like I was being held onto by the seat belt. So like half my body is outside the car as I'm holding onto the door and trying to bring myself back
Where's
in.
you, no one was helping you? You're just like help!
I was
But
I was
like,
I was in the back. They were in the front, and
Any
it all
physics
happened real quick.
majors? that could describe that? Any physics majors
I
that are
don't
viewing
understand how
this?
it's possible
Please
because you'd think
describe
the
it in the
wind would
comments.
slam the door shut.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So like I was saying, we've all stuck our head out the window. Have you guys? We've all looked forward. Have you guys looked backwards?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're looking backwards out of a window, right, your lungs and your entire body is so used to air being still. I think air is bullshit. Cause like when you're looking backwards, how's your body getting the air that it needs and you're still breathing?
Because there's still, like, air.
But it's all moving past you. You'd think you have to breathe
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah, I get what Jaden's saying. Like there's
So,
even like this thing with cars where because they're driving past, you can catch like airstreams where the air just isn't there, so it leaves like a stream of air flooding in that lets you go faster. That's like an actual
Exactly.
phenomenon. So how are you getting
How are you
air
getting
if your
oxygen into
head
your
is in the
body?
way? Like
Like
if your head's in the way, how is the air getting back into you?
I can't speak for you guys, but typically, without really even thinking about it, um, if I'm struggling to breathe, I'll start breathing through my mouth. So, what I'm thinking on how this works is because, like, for instance, I've ridden in the back of a truck facing backwards, or like facing so I'm looking the direction that is not going.
okay.
So I imagine when I'm doing that, I'm breathing through my mouth, and air will go, for instance, like if you think about if a car is driving, it does go up and around the car, but it doesn't like leave it straight back. It also follows the body of the car a little bit. I imagine it does the same thing kind of with your face.
And like
Like,
I get the
it
atmosphere. I
follows
get
your
there's air
face
all
and
around
gets
us, but
into
you would
your
think
mouth.
that you'd have to breathe just a little bit harder to like get the air to catch back up with you.
I just think that it's not strong enough. Like, it's not that hard, that much harder to where you would notice it that much.
Maybe if the car was going faster.
Yeah, I can't speak for like really high speeds. I haven't looked backwards out the window or been on the back of a truck or anything like that. But like I have at like 55, 60 miles an hour.
I don't know. There's some things in this world that just don't make sense, and I don't like it.
I'm usually the question asker, and I find myself
Yeah,
like
but
right
you
now
ask
it
like
seems easy for me.
dumb questions.
I wish I remembered. I did have a question that I wanted to call Jakey about, but I was working earlier tonight.
Maybe it'll come back to you.
Maybe.
But Alyssa, it is true. Some of your questions are very stupid. Like, how long does it take for water to freeze in a freezer? Like, I remember you asking me that.
Yeah, because I wanted to do the slushy water bottle thing.
Why would I
And I
know
needed to
that?
know how long it would take for it to get to that.
And you
Because,
ask
I
us
don't know, you
questions
know
like we're
things.
supposed to be majors in this like category.
I don't know is an answer. You don't have to know. I'm just asking in case you do.
And you know what you're calling us on? You're calling us on a phone. You know what phones have? A little thing called the internet.
I don't understand how the internet works.
Alyssa's,
Oh,
Okay, no,
I
that's
remember.
kind of a good
I
point.
remember my question. It's
Are
about
you gonna say it?
anatomy. Yes. How does hearing work?
How does hearing work?
Yes. How does hearing work? I know it's the little hairs in your ears. And I know it's vibrations.
Okay,
But,
then what's your question?
like, hypothetically, it's why could you not produce those same vibrations without the hairs in your ears? Like, thinking about those, like, earbuds, for instance, that go based off of, like, they don't even go in your ear. They put the vibrations in the cartilage in your ear. I don't know if you guys have seen those. But they're called like the bone
The
earbuds or
bone.
something like that. And it goes around like the side of your ear and connects to the cartilage. And it
Are you
goes
talking
through your
about what I
bones.
First of
have?
all,
Kind
can't
kind
see
of
your
like
hands, can't see your head, don't have any of that, so I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
know.
Are you talking
Okay,
about what I
so
have, Alyssa?
also it's similar to how the
I
music
say Jakey does
toothbrushes
have
used to do.
what?
The music toothbrushes where like it would while you're brushing your teeth, it would put vibrations into your teeth in your mouth. I didn't own one, so I just assumed this is
What
how it worked.
4070 crap are you living in?
It was like in the 2000s. They had those music toothbrushes. You could
Alyssa,
get
I'm
like
pretty
a
sure that
Miley
was just
Cyrus one or
Alyssa, I'm pretty sure that was just a speaker that played the music.
Yeah.
do you
I
think
don't.
so?
Yeah, I'm pretty
I thought it was
certain.
the same technology. I could be wrong. I never owned one, like I said. I just imagine that's how it
but
worked.
but listen, now can you answer my question? Are you talking about the things I own and am currently wearing right now? The
I don't
skull,
know.
not condensing, skull conductive headset that like
Maybe.
go around the ear and don't actually go in it and just like enter the vibrations for your skull, basically.
Yeah, kind of. It's just like through like bone and cartilage instead of being like through the hairs in your ears, like instead of being through the ear canal.
Well, those
Okay,
work
So
so
pretty much
yeah,
the same
mine.
way. They're just vibrations that they're playing through it, and then
so
the audio like output is still there, and then it goes through your head. It goes exactly what you're talking about, the little hairs in your ears, the vibrations, and all those goody goodies.
But what's the hairs in the ears? I don't think they actually help you hear. I don't think that's their purpose.
I thought that was that because I don't know. I get nervous. I get anxious for people because I've seen videos where they do that thing where they have like wax on a stick
No,
and they put it in your ear and they rip it out and rip all your ear hairs out. Same thing with noses. And I'm like, but then you'd go deaf. Like, then you wouldn't be able to hear.
No, I don't think the hairs actually have anything to do with hearing itself. I think they're just there to like stop dust
Okay.
from getting in.
And it's like, I was also just thinking about, like, would the bone conducting earbuds or whatever they're called, would those work for deaf people? Because they're still getting. I don't know how all of that works.
I'm not sure about the deaf people thing, but I think it might work against with some cases, not with people who were
Like,
born deaf.
hard of hearing.
Yeah, like hard of hearing it would work, but not with people who were like born deaf, as in like the part of their brain that registers sound just doesn't work. It wouldn't
Oh,
work with them for
these are
sure.
the earbuds that I was trying to talk about. I'll share my screen so you guys can see. Listeners, viewers, fuck you, I guess. These ones.
Okay, yeah, so just
Wireless
a
ear
fancy
clip
version of
bone
what I'm
conduction
wearing.
earbuds if you want to look it up.
Yeah,
And you
it's
just
just
put it like around this part of your ear.
yep. For some reason, everybody who sees my headset, which is one of those, decides to try putting it on with like the band part of it. That like puts the two earbuds together, putting that in front, so it like goes across their forehead. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, why?
wrong.
I don't
How?
understand how a headset would work instead of earbuds for that.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't understand how bone conducting headsets work.
It's just the same exact thing, except for it has a band that connects the two earbuds.
I suppose. I have to see them in person. I can't visualize it in my mind.
And just look up bone conducting headset. It will be like the
Yeah.
first one. It will be blue in color, probably.
I want a vivarium. Have you guys ever wanted one of those?
A
What is that?
vivarium.
It's like an aquarium, but instead it's for like, I guess, dry animals. Like I watched this one guy on YouTube, and he has like I think it's like 1,000 gallon tank for a vivarium, and he just has like a whole ecosystem in there. He's got fish. He's got things to eat certain fish, and like he has all these insects and animals and all that in there, specifically to have a thriving ecosystem. He wants it eventually to like be self sustaining.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd just be so cool to have. And he has like a fog machine for like mildew, because it's supposed to like represent like a rainforest. But you guys have to check it out. It's so cool. But I want one. I want one so bad.
Is
I just know
it?
it's a lot of money.
They look like I googled it. They look kind of like giant lizard tanks.
That is what they are, basically.
Basically, yes.
I would I would like one of those, except for I wouldn't want the fish part because I do not like touching fish.
I'll
They they
find
look
his
slimy to
YouTube
me.
channel
I don't
here.
like it.
They are kind of slimy.
And you guys have to check him out
I
at some
love
point.
petting fish.
What
See here.
what Ben? Ben?
Ben.
What Jaden?
Ben.
Bland Green. Shout out to Bland Green.
Shout out to Bland Green.
I think
Was he?
he's our
I think he was
editor.
on the podcast.
Yeah, he was once. But what,
Yeah.
Jaden?
I have to find his YouTube channel. And then I'll give it
The
out to you
vivarium
guys.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bland Green was on our episode 3. Episode 1 has been deleted for. Oh wait, never
Episode
mind.
one's
It was
been
just
deleted.
hidden. It's still on. It's still up.
Alyssa's a
Um,
liar. You all heard it here.
So the YouTuber's name is Ants Canada, and he like you'd have to check it out. It's so cool.
And he eats ants.
No.
I heard a Reddit story about that.
And I was watching one of his YouTube videos, and he had it was a huntsman spider that he had. He had 400 baby huntsman spiders that like he was introducing to his vivarium, and then he had an adolescent, and then he had the mother of those 400 huntsman spiders. But he wanted to wait to introduce it into the vivarium until he found a mate for his mantis. And then what ended up happening is he found one, and then the mantis ended up the female mantis ended up just killing the male mantis without reproducing or anything like that. And then that's when he finally decided to introduce it. But I guess his tank, it has like magnets to keep the door shut. The magnets overnight must have worn down enough where it just opened. And so he had 2 escapees at the end of is what he ended up finding out. And one was a tree frog that he was really worried about escaping because they need like humidity and everything. But the huntsman actually did end up also escaping. And it was like 7 days that passed before he found it just chilling in his kitchen.
How I would react to that is not allowed to be said on YouTube.
Why not?
Because it's just not allowed.
It's But yeah, other than that, a lot of his videos are really interesting, and sometimes I throw them on to sleep, and then I don't end up sleeping because I'm just like so intrigued by it.
This has been a very spider-filled episode.
It kind of has.
Yeah.
What are you guys' like biggest pet peeves? Like if someone were to like just do like this pet peeve like once to you, like you're just immediately your day's ruined.
I hate, specifically this is for when I'm at work. One thing that like ruins my night is when people come through and they record you, like in the drive-thru or while you're in the lobby, Cause like I'm just trying to do my job, and you're over here sticking your phone in my face. It makes me so angry. It makes me so upset, and it just ruins my night. It happened to me one time, and I got a message from a friend I hadn't talked to in forever saying that they saw me on someone's Snapchat story.
That's
And I
so
was like,
weird.
dude, I'm just trying to like make a living, and I don't want to be the butt end of your prank. Like, and it might be like a insecurity type thing, because I definitely don't feel that I look the best while I'm at work.
Yeah.
And I don't often like being like recorded by people, besides like in specific situations, like if I'm hanging out with friends. I just feel like everybody else takes very unflattering pictures and videos of me. So to find out that like somebody that I know saw this random video of me already having a bad day in the drive-through, and them just like acting, cuz they're never like nice in the videos. It's always them just like saying some stupid stuff cuz they think it's funny,
Oh, I've been like, give me
and
your
then
fucking
recording me.
phone.
And it's just like, I don't know, it's exhausting.
Yeah, I could see how that's. I mean, I think most people could see how that's super annoying, especially
Yeah,
like when you're just
I
trying to
would
be
be
at a
more.
job and you're just trying to do your thing and then like get out, clock in, clock out, and now you have this
Well,
random person just like bugging you.
well, and I feel like nobody ever, like these kids who are doing it, it's my least favorite trend that has ever happened. These
Oh
kids
yeah,
who are doing it for sure are not thinking about like the workers as human beings who have other things going on.
for sure.
I think the time that it happened was like a day before my grandma's funeral. And I was like, I
Rest in peace.
do not what it's fine. Um I was just like, I don't even want to be here. Like, at work, I am just kind of hanging on and trying my best to do great at this job. And I don't think they even really, like, view you as human when they do stuff like that. They don't think about, like, how will this affect the person that I'm including without even asking them. If they were to
Yeah,
ask, it'd be so different if they were to be like, hey, can I just record like this quick video? It's just something that I want to do that's like funny. I think my friends would like it. If they were to ask me if I was okay with it first, it'd be completely different.
yeah. I feel like a lot of people, like at that sort of age that you've described them to be, like haven't developed the idea that other people actually exist. Like they just see themselves as the
Like a
as
main character syndrome type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I feel
that's
like
another.
that's
Oh,
something that sort of goes away after high school mainly. Like during high school you can see it often, and then like as people get out of high school, it sort of it sort of goes away pretty fast. I feel like.
and like I've gone on a
Mm.
big rant of this, but that's another reason why I just hate TikTok. Like there's a lot of funny things on there that people post, yes, but then people will just take like certain trends and just go above and beyond with it to the point where it's like it's ruining it for everyone. But I won't go into that rant. I won't.
What about you guys? What are you guys' pet peeves or things that would ruin your day?
Oh my god. Okay, so my biggest pet peeve is like if someone does this, it's just like oh my, it's just over for me. Like I just want to be done with the rest of the day, the rest of the night, whatever's going on. It's when people know, like they have to know. It gets to a point where they have to know, where they're being just like annoying to the point where they know they're annoying, and they just keep going and going and going. And I'm like, oh my god, I could punch you right now.
Are you
I get that.
describing me?
What? No.
I do. I feel like our friend group does it as a bit, but we
Oh yeah.
know the limits. We know the real, like, this is too far.
Yeah, but there's people who know when it's too far and then just keep going.
Yeah. I get that.
But that's all I really got.
And I've
For
known a few people that are
Like
like
there's a
that.
couple times where I'm like, okay, hey, let's chillax here for a second, and then they'll like calm down. But it's the people that just don't know when to stop.
for me, I have like a million pet peeves when it comes to people I don't know. That's why it's hard for me to get to know new people because I I get annoyed by people really easily. Um,
How are you friends with
but
us?
because I met you when I was young and didn't get annoyed.
Now you're
Like
just
he's getting
old and
senile
senile.
real quickly.
um,
That's okay. We
but
all are.
mainly you.
Oh, I have an
Um,
idea for that. Hold on. You can finish your pet peeve though.
but I'd say recently my biggest pet peeve has been one I didn't even know I had until recently, where I got super frustrated when I was walking like down a sidewalk and I just hear these people go like that guy's gotten bigger, like right next to him, like talking shit right next to a person. That's
Yeah.
the
I,
that's just so awful. Like, why would you do that? Like, it
I
that
would
made
have
me
been.
super
I
annoyed.
could just see you being just be like, yeah, and your face has gotten uglier, and just like hit her with a right hook.
Uh, but yeah, I just don't like people who will say like mean things about somebody
Yeah, like
5 feet
don't
away from
discriminate.
them.
Like
Like
it's so
I don't
messed
care
up.
if you talk bad about somebody like outside
Behind their
their ear.
back.
Yeah, behind their back. I do not care about that whatsoever. But for me, the line is drawn when you do it right next to them. Like like that's just awful.
Did you, in that situation that you found, did you call them out on it?
No,
I said, there's no
I
way.
just think it, like because for one, I'm a shy person. I'm antisocial. Um, and two, the main thing I wanted to do was not something um uh, that I personally can do. Like I wanted to hit him right upside the face, but I can't do that, so I didn't.
Yeah, I've had that situation happen, like, with my siblings. There was somebody that didn't like them that had rode our bus when we were in school, and they just started, like, talking mad shit with my sibling, like, 2 seats in front of them, and I'm not usually a very confrontational person. All of my friends know
Oh,
that.
yeah, you hate that.
I really, like, am not confrontational, but something about, like, my siblings makes me really overprotective of them. And in some situations it's good, other situations not so much. I think that is one of the very few times I've ever called people out, like, in mid-act, like, while they're doing something. It didn't turn out well. I ended up getting in trouble, actually, on the bus.
What?
I'm not gonna go into
Like, no,
detail.
they were talking shit, and I stood up for it.
I'm not gonna go into full detail. I did get in trouble, and we had to be split up because it became an altercation. And that was that, and they never did it again.
I got split up from somebody on the bus because of the fact that we got along too well. The bus driver got annoyed by us. We just played on our DSs and talked, and the bus driver was like, "Hey, you, I'll pay you money if you sit between these people." So this teen high schooler guy just sat between me and this friend of mine for like 2 years straight before he had to leave. And it was really annoying. Like,
When I was younger, I bet a kid on my bus.
I find that
Just thought I'd throw that
when
out.
confrontational people or non-confrontational people become confrontational, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. That's what I learned that day.
Well,
My
do we
lesson was
want
not to
to
not
do one more
confront
topic,
people.
or do we want to wrap things up here?
How long have we been going?
About an hour now.
Oh wow. It doesn't even feel like that long.
Do we want to do one more topic?
And
One more topic?
if Jakey's okay with it, he's the one who has school. I don't know if you have work.
I'm I'm fine with us doing another if you have another conversation topic.
All right, this is kind of segueing off of like when we were saying we're old and senile. Is there anything you guys are gonna take advantage of when you're old?
Not
Take
working.
advantage of.
Like in a social standpoint.
Mhm. Anywhere I can get free tickets for like a movie or anything like that because
Oh yeah,
cause like
that's another thing.
Oh, you guys are gonna pull that? Oh my god. Nah, I'm
but
gonna be out here be making like jokes that aren't even funny and just laughing my ass off and just making everyone so uncomfortable. Because people are gonna laugh with me. Because people are gonna. There's no way you don't laugh with like an old person that's just cracking a joke. I am gonna set my mission out to make so many people uncomfortable.
No, definitely the senior discount and the free stuff for seniors. I'll take that, but mostly my thing is not working. Being able to like actually go out and just like sit on a bench and watch the sunset. Not having to worry about like when I need to wake up in the morning or afternoon as far as my morning goes. We'll
I
see
mean
how it changes as I get older.
if you stop caring about your job, you can start doing that now.
True.
I could. I don't think my boyfriend, who also pays rent, would love that.
Just say you're going old and senile. It's your time.
Tried. I asked him if I could be a stay-at-home mom.
How'd
And
that go?
the first time I asked him, he said, in this economy. The second time, the most recent time that I've asked him, he said, we'll see. So we'll have to
progress.
see about that. Yes. We'll have to see.
If you're a stay-at-home mom, dad.
Dad.
If you're a stay-at-home mom, Dalton gets to be a stay-at-home dad, right? To be fair, neither works.
No income. You get
I'm
that
not
senior
sure that's
citizen
how
discount
raising
income.
kids goes.
Why not?
You can cash in your social security by now. Like, what are you? How old are you now? Like 80?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, Alyssa, you must be at least 100.
I wish.
Jeez, older than that. Wow.
I remember those days like the
Remember
back of
those
my hand.
days?
But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I just wanna be able to like not work. I'll take care of the kids. Cleaning is gonna be something for me to get used to. But I'll take it over working any day. I'll just
Any
count it
day of
as
the
my
fucking
job.
week.
I'd rather do anything other than taking
Only
care of
thing
kids.
is, one thing I do want to talk with him about and set up if it does become a serious thing is like some form of like, it doesn't have to be a lot, like maybe $25 or like $55 of like some kind, or not 55, 50. Some kind of an allowance to be able to like save up for stuff.
Mm. Or you could just let him be. You could just let him be your sugar daddy.
Well, it's mostly
Just
like,
be like, oh, I want this. So you don't have to save up for it. He just saves up.
I could, but it's also just like it feels good to be able to like buy things for yourself. And when you're a stay-at-home parent, like I I think somebody, I can't remember what the exact math was, but it was something about like if you were to get paid for like all of the tasks that you do as a stay-at-home parent, it would be six figures.
Have you guys ever
And
seen
then,
Medea?
no, I don't
Oh,
know what that is.
I've heard it, the
oh,
name.
well then never mind.
What is it?
It's a movie series where it's just you just have to watch it to understand it. I guess I don't know how to describe Medea, but it's really good. But there is one movie where it kind of describes that where it's like it's Medea, the Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and uh one of the characters in it is like a stay at home wife for like this rich millionaire, blah blah, and then I guess he like dumps her. And then she goes to Medea, and she's like calculating everything on like like one of those old calculators, blah blah blah. And then she's like, "Did he hit you?" And she goes, "No." Well, he did strike me once. And she goes, and starts like just going ham on the calculator. Goes, "All right, so what he owes you is 8 octillion, 3 bajillion, 12 billion," and just like rambling off random numbers and everything and like that. And that's exactly what that reminded me. I don't know why, but
I just
it,
mostly think of like when you have a stay-at-home parent, although it is harder because it's one person paying for all of the like rent, utilities, groceries, all of that stuff. You really have to like do the math on it and see what's best for each relationship because like you're also counting in childcare is expensive.
oh yeah,
And then on top of that, it might just be me because I'm very overprotective, like I said, with like my siblings. I can imagine I'm gonna be that way with my kids. The fear of like having your child in the care of other people you don't know is gonna be a hard one, I think, for me to overcome when I become a parent someday. Just because of all of the crazy things that happen that you always think it's never gonna happen to me.
ends up happening.
Like, exactly. I'd hate for something like that to happen to one of my kids, and I know that's going to be a very real fear when
Yeah.
I am a parent.
I have a question for both of you. What
Okay.
if you were a parent? What would be like your cutoff point for when you think like they are ready to start being in the house by themselves? Like,
Two.
um,
No, I'm kidding.
Holy shit.
Like, now you got this, right, G?
I think I would kind of ease into it. And it really depends on, like, the kid, too. The responsibility that they show as they're growing up. Because different kids are at different levels. And then
Yeah.
you gotta counter in, like, if a kid has, like, a disability. Like Jocelyn, for instance. She's 11. She can't stay home alone because, she can't really call people if something were to happen. I mean, she can, but it's very much one-sided, and she would very much have to be able to communicate what's going on. Versus, like, other kids her age, a lot of them are staying home. That's been a struggle for her. I think for my kids, it'd be based off of the responsibility, and I'd start out with, like, maybe when they're 10 or 11, leave them home for a couple hours or an hour.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, ease them
And
into
then
it.
as they get older, like, as they're 13, 14, they can be home for, like, maybe the day, but not overnight. 15, 16, they can be home alone. It's fine.
I don't know. I give it okay. Well, I would say about like 13. I would see how the day goes, and then maybe like later within that year, I guess 14 I would say is my cutoff point of like, all right, you can watch the house. You know how to make yourself food, snacks, blah blah. Take care of the pets, whatever it might be. I don't know, do whatever you do. Watch TV, play video games, whatever it might be. Just
I
check on the animals.
I
I think
think
it also.
this isn't when I think it should be cut off, but I think personally when I was growing up that the cutoff point where I started being left alone in the house was probably when I was 7. Um,
Dang.
I would probably say cutoff point should be like 9 or 10 though, personally.
Yeah. I think it also depends on like if your child is able and ready to be able to call if there is an emergency, to recognize an emergency,
Yeah.
Yeah,
to know not to let people in, to know how to do like basic things that they might need,
All right, so
like
you see
make
that
food
stranger
for
over there? Bring
themselves.
them into the house. Let them drink whatever they want, then tell them to leave.
Like for instance, I, at least as far as my parents had told me, I don't remember, I wasn't allowed to stay at home alone for very long until I was probably like 12 or so, because I was really bad about stranger danger.
Oh, another thing is I'm making sure my kids know the neighbors. Like at least one of them.
That means that you have to be able to go out and talk and get to
Oh,
know the
I'll be
neighbors.
fine.
Will you? Do you know your neighbors now?
Current. Well, yes, actually.
Besides, like, your sister?
Yeah.
I
Do
don't
you know
believe
your
you.
neighbors other
I,
than
I,
the one
I,
across from your hall?
I know of them. I don't know them like that. I know one of them is my landlord's daughter. I know the other one leaves her laundry in for a long time, but we always say hi.
Jake, what about you? Do you know your neighbors?
I used to, but then one of them, I think they died, either died or moved away. But I'm pretty sure
Oh,
died.
well, those are two very different
Um,
things. It's either one's deceased or they're thriving.
and that there is another two I do know, but recently there's been a lot of changes in my neighborhood where I came back from college and suddenly there's construction companies living next door. Like,
When I was about like
um,
9 or 8 or something like that, we used to live in this house, and I went over to the neighbor's house, and she was like a 40 year old woman, 50-year-old woman. I would just hang out with her anytime like no one was home. I had the cops called on me at one time because I was sitting on the roof of our house. Cause like I was just chilling, like I was just enjoying it. It was almost like sundown. I was just enjoying nature for like about a half an hour to an hour, and then I go back inside, and then the cops show up. And I guess my sister was home because I didn't even know about this. She ended up telling me about the cops, but I guess someone called the cops because they thought I was going to like harm myself on the roof. Yeah, that's my wild story. But otherwise, I think that is everything we got for you guys today. Uh, any other keynotes or little adventures, uh, news that you guys have to share with the podcast?
nope.
Mm, I don't think so.
All right.
Nothing crazy. We're living. We're still alive 2 years later. We're
Yeah,
here.
yeah, 2 years later we're chilling.
We stream.
We do stream.
Jaden and I stream.
I don't
Uh,
go
Where
complain about my
and
channel
where
on Twitch.
and
yeah,
where
go
can they
report
find us?
Jakey Boy Zulu without
Yeah, please
him
report my
ever
channel on
screaming. He wants to
Twitch.
get banned for nothing. Uh, Jaden streams at Cognizant Control on Twitch. I stream at Turt1E _the_ Turt1E, Turtle the Turtle, also on Twitch.
And I exist as at Jakey Boy Zulu on Twitch.
Exist. Also, we should
Views.
be getting a couple social media accounts getting up and going here for us to like post clips or just announcements or anything like that.
Why will there be another one for me to get banned?
No.
Oh, no,
Oh.
like for the
Jakey
podcast.
will not be the social media member.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out for that. It might be in the description of this video. It might not. I'm not sure when we're gonna get those up and going exactly, but we'll let you guys know for sure. And until then, see you guys next time.